One of the best inventions ever was the book. A book lets you zoom through time and space, but don't bother packing. You can stay in one place.
Philosopher and educational theorist Herbert Spencer once stated that the aim of education is not knowledge, but action. Education is objectively the most effective method for action. Schools instill in future generations the desire and passion for change and progress. Central to this action is literacy. Without literacy, one could not articulate and bring to fruition social and political change. Thus, when one learns literacy, they learn how to change the world. Considering the aforementioned, when I was given the chance to present myself as a teacher of literacy, I felt presented with the opportunity to teach great power. Over the course of a few weeks, I had the privilege of working with Jaden. Jaden is an easygoing 7th grader that enjoys sports, namely football. Jaden enjoys reading outside of school, especially the Magic Treehouse series. His favorite location? The East Lansing Public Library. While Jaden enjoys recreational reading, he does very little recreational writing. Most of the writing he does is for homework assignments. These assignments include writing short stories, poems, etc. In context of the home, Jaden recognizes the importance of literacy manifesting in his parents. Jaden stated that both of his parents use reading and writing in their daily lives, and asserting that, quote, "Without them, I couldn't survive." Jaden has pretty good reading speed and accuracy. However, sometimes he struggles with comprehension. For Jaden, some of the trickiest pieces to read are English texts, such as poems and stories. When he runs into a challenge with a piece, when on his own, he uses strategies such as sounding it out, chunking, and sandwiching. When these strategies don't work, he seeks help from teachers. As I worked with Jaden on several reading assignments, I noticed that he was not reading for meaning. Rather, he was reading for speed. While being a fast reader can be helpful, it can also detract from absorbing the meaning of a piece, therefore hindering the literacy process. Recognizing this shortcoming, I decided to employ the strategy of reciprocal teaching. Reciprocal teaching is a simple yet highly effective strategy that subverts the teacher-student dynamic, leading the student to digest and comprehend the piece and teach it to the teacher. By placing the responsibility of helping someone else in the student's hands, they feel at a greater need to understand the material at a higher level, thus prompting stronger comprehension. As I undertook my role as teacher rather than student, I refrained from asking questions that suggested that I was looking for a specific answer. Rather, I asked questions that begat more detail. Overall, the strategy went very well. The assigned reading was a piece on different states of matter. Jaden read the piece once out loud for fluency. After the piece was read for the first time, Jaden went back and provided more detail and instruction on each section, one on solids, liquids, and finally gases. Towards the end of our time together, it really seemed as if Jaden well understood the material. From working with me, I feel that Jaden learned a few valuable lessons in learning literacy. I think that Jaden realized his capabilities of teaching when given a chance to rise to the challenge. Also, after Jaden's turn teaching was over, he seemed a lot more confident in his assignment, possibly insinuating that Jaden ended with more self-confidence than he started out with. When one feels confident with a material, the more likely they are to understand it, and subsequently proceed along the path of further learning. While this was only one small assignment, its implications are much larger in scope. I, too, learned a great deal from this experience. Before this experience, I had never been present in an environment for struggling readers, and working in the literacy learning room was a new and rewarding experience. Paralleling Jaden's self-confidence boost, my confidence also increased. Going in, I was originally apprehensive and somewhat worried that I wouldn't be able to make a connection with a student and help them to discover the power of literacy. However, after talking and interacting with Jaden, I realized the task was not as daunting as I thought it would be. Therefore, I was able to deliver the strategy I had chosen. I also originally doubted the effectiveness of my strategy, but after seeing a massive spike in Jaden's proficiency, I realized the tangibility of the progress made. Given the chance to work with my literacy learner again, I would do it in a heartbeat. This is an experience I greatly enjoyed, given all of the growth that took place, both in my literacy learner and in myself.
Remember when my first meal was school lunch? Now I spit a 16 straight with no punch. Remember all for dinner, all we ate was Captain Crunch.